Hey, what's going on, everybody? Gabriel Carbo back at it again on this beautiful Monday. Yeah, today's episode is Looks MAXXIN, Getting More Weird, Shia LaBeouf, Strange Magic, as the song says, and Dr. Christopher Hyatt, Ph.D. What's really going on? Hey, what's the matter, you? How's it going, man? You get it. You get me. We get you.
Last time, you remember, the trustees of Wasamatta U were wondering how to keep their college from going bankrupt.
How about giving an honorary degree to Danny Warbucks?
You ninny, he's only a make-believe character.
We're real?
Oh my God, Bullwinkle's. Bullwinkle. That was my favorite place to go back at Santa Clara, California. I mean, we didn't have Chuck E. Cheese, but we had Bullwinkle's, man. That shit was off the hook. They had the animatronic singing of Rocky and Bullwinkle, the water show in the front, lightweight Bellagio style. We had the pizza, of course, which is actually pretty good. They had the hamburger sandwiches with the wedge cut fries, and more importantly, they had all the cool video games. Yeah, that's why we were there. The good stuff, the video games. I was a quarter fiend. I was be like, Mom, Grandma, Dad, can I have a quarter? Can I have a quarter? Do you remember Max? What's up, Max? What's up, Marilyn? Do you remember like we used to have those arcades like at 7-Eleven, machines anyway, and people would put their quarter on top of the machine, right? Like they have next. There'd be like a line of quarters on top of the machine, where the title of the machine, the showcase of it was. I have to say, I remember that Double Dragon game when it came out, like in we gotta say like 86 or something. There was like 10 quarters deep people waiting to play that game. Good stuff, really good stuff. Yeah. What up, Marilyn? What a great combo we had last time. It's a new day. Max Visions, another great convo. Last week was great. A lot of good things going on. I'm gonna talk like I don't usually talk like that, but yeah, I guess I do sometimes. I was like, it was great energy moving. Double Dragon, Renegade, Street Fighter, the knockoff Street Fighter, Bad Dudes. I'm bad. Yeah. That was fire yesterday. I say yesterday, the last broadcast. My calendar is sectioned off in terms of broadcasts. And yeah, we had a great broadcast yesterday. Yeah. Let me show you what Ben did yesterday. What we actually did yesterday on my family calendar. We have a big triathlon coming on. I think it's going to be like the 11th or 12th triathlon Ben has done. He's only 7. I'm not going to be there because I have to, I teach the Saturday classes, the writing courses. But I went to yesterday was big because it was a Sunday out here in Taiwan. And we had the big practice. Usually the triathlons out here for the juniors, it's in a pool, the water portion, like 200 meters or 100 meters swimming starting off. Well, this time it's 200 meters in the open ocean. Open oceans. Pac-Man, Space Invaders, good times. Miss Pac-Man, same thing with a bow, right? That's Pac-Man. Look, so we're going to be in the open ocean. Little Ben, little NPC, Gabriel Jr., Ben. Let me show you him, the little guy. I mean, he's a swimmer, but he never really swam in the open ocean. We've been in the ocean before, but yeah, I gotta get to my studio. Got it. Strange magic. Talking about a strange. You gotta watch the opening sometimes, most of the times of the show. I get it, people are busy, but it primes you for what's gonna be going on. All this strange magic. I can't believe my son's doing this shit. This is fire. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. I'll do it this way. Yeah, so this is Ben practicing swimming in the open ocean. He has the blue cap. He's about to hit the water right there on the left-hand side. 7 years old, huh? Practicing for the triathlon tomorrow. Biting fish. I don't know, man. That's my flying fish, Ben. They're just warming up right there. This is them with the blue. I think he's the youngest one practicing on the club he started. Let's see him. There he is, right there. My wife will film a little better than I did. There he goes. Practicing, you see him right there. You got the little buoy just in case, life preserver. Warming up in the open ocean. Strange magic, man. I think he could have gone faster, but the people were in the way. I'm like, bro, you gotta go faster. People don't belong in the ocean. Where's Benny? There he comes out of the water. Yeah. There he is right there. Frogman. Frogman Benny. Run, run, run. Yeah, man. Guys leveling up. Yeah. We go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, man. Big time. Big time. Yeah. What did you say? You said, yeah, people don't belong in the ocean. That's why the waves are trying to toss you back. Yeah, I mean, the ocean's some strange magic, right? Some strange magic going on right there. Let's go. We got this. Ooh. That's what I'll show you. Let me show you some strange magic. Checking the feed real quick before we get into this first thing on the docket. What's going on the Twitter? Hit me up on Twitter at TestStream88. If you have any questions, comments, grievances, hit me up there. So this is a King68 influencer that stands around and respawning. Women come up to him. He's saying that
that's not your homie. If your homie,
he's saying that if a friend tries to clown you, talk about your finances, or a little bro you in front of girls, make you look lesser, that's not your homie. That's an op. Now, some might say, like Myron Gaze, who posted this from Fresh and Fit, that no, that is your homie. He's trying to get you stronger. I don't know. What do y'all think?
homie clowning you in front of that's not your homie. If your homie clowning you in front of the girls, that's not your homie. A lot of you niggas be having friends that be clowning you or try to talk about your finances or try to like little bro you in front of the girls. Anytime you got a homie that's trying to little bro you in front of the girls, that's not your homie, nigga. That's an op. Cut them off. A lot of you guys, I don't understand how y'all don't see the signs. You get what I'm saying? I
agree with them, man. If that's supposed to be your friend and he's trying to make you look bad, especially if you're trying to make new friends, male or female, that's not cool, man. We want to boost our friends up or whatnot. However, now I've come from a place now where saving face is a big thing over here in Taiwan, right? And if they want to tell you on privately, that's cool, man. Like, hey, bro, you need to level up on your money, get a job that actually makes you happy. Uh, yeah, bro, you're too fat. You need to work out. Um, all that stuff is good. But if someone's doing that in front of somebody else, it's not so cool. It's all about, not all about. It's about appearances, at least at first, right? Get your foot in the door. Yeah, life is hard enough when you got your friend like ragging on you in public. Yeah, do that shit in private with grace, or be hardcore about it in private. But private is good. What's the matter? You said you should be able to brush that shit off. Oh, for sure, you can, but he's talking about in the context of like trying to meet new friends of the opposite sex. That make you look bad in front of him. That's not cool. But even then, I guess you can flip that, use that to your advantage somehow. I mean, you can start clowning him. You can just you probably got more dirt on him. Now we don't even have to go there. But back to this appearances and looks maxing, for example. So looks maxing is a strange magic that's come on the scene, that's trending in the last year, particularly in the last 3 months, with the dude Clavicular, influencer, bringing terms like bone smashing your bones in order to regrow them in a more asymmetrical way that's pleasing to the eye, draining people's faces, doing things to the extreme, like taking meth in order to lose weight, limb lengthening surgery, like all this weird shit, right? But traditionally, looks maxing comes from the black pillars, and how to optimize your looks, because for the black pillars and other people, looks are the most important thing in terms of gaining influence and status and money and whatnot and attention from the opposite sex. Looks are the most important, right? I mean, we see that in junior high a lot of times, right? But yeah, these looks maxers, these black pillars, they took that to the forefront, and basic hygiene. That's one way to start with the looks maxing. Most people don't have a good hygiene, man. Do your hygiene, keep your hygiene up, work out, go to the gym, right? Be thoughtful in how you dress. Look at the colors that you're wearing, all that type of stuff. So what's that? The totally wrong to make math. Do it for the right ones. Do it for the right ones for sure. There's biohacking with the electronic world. Yeah. So let's do this. Look maxing is getting out of hand, right? People are going, instead of just the hygiene and your clothes and gymming it up, some folks are going way too far with that shit. Yeah. So we're going to take a look at that strange magic. Yeah, the red pillars would probably be the ones that improve your personality, your finances in order to gain status and whatnot. But this is some weird shit. Wait, that's not it. That's not it. We had it. There we go. Where's my boy Dom? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna look at the strange world of looks maxing. Now, I don't necessarily believe in this, like the extremes of it. Yeah, because you shouldn't take drugs. Everything you need is natural, bro. In order to improve your life, eat natural foods, breathe air, sleep. That's it, right? Have good relationships and whatnot. But these looks maxers are taken to the extreme, right? Maxing. Whenever you see the word maxing at the end of something, that means taking it to the extreme. Hank says personality doesn't make a difference. We can see the scum being picked. Yeah, there's a lot of scum that's being picked, but maybe not for you, but for me it does. People already think I'm good looking, right? And then when I have a good personality, they like me even more. So it does matter. It does matter. Even if you're ugly, quote unquote ugly, it still matters or whatnot. Now, it's not the only thing that matters, but definitely helps to have a good personality, right? Yeah, and prove me wrong, right? Prove me wrong. But yeah, we're gonna look at this looks maxing stuff. See what the kids are up to. These are the men that might be raising your kids.
Michael B. Jordan.
About 4 out of 10, maybe 3.5.
4 out of 10. Damn, see, that's another thing they'd be doing. They'd be face rating. Right? 4 out of 10. Wow.
Super.
Now they're basing it on a European Eurocentric standard of too. Also, a lot of times these guys
Facially challenged.
Ryan Gosling is a 5.75 out of 10.
Ryan Gosling, 5.7. Marilyn's the only woman in the chat so far. So what do you think? You think he's a 5.7 out of 10? Dude definitely has riz though, charisma. Boost him up to like at least a 7 or an 8.
And facially,
And money to 9.
I would say Sydney Sweeney is very attractive.
I would say that she's pretty malformed.
I would say Sydney Sweeney is
Malformed in terms of who? You're like, her eyes are spread apart. He has a big forehead. Her neck, the veins in her neck are bulging. What? She looks pretty damn good to me. Yeah. Symmetry is using indicator of good. Yes. See, Max is right. That's one of the things that the looks maxing does get right. Yep. Well, I thought it was Sunday. I had me tripping. It's Monday. It's Monday out here. Yeah. It's Monday out here. You said personality doesn't make a difference. Okay, we already did that one.
very attractive.
I would say that she's pretty malformed.
Spend a few minutes online, and it's very easy to feel ugly. And in response to that, a whole movement has grown around trying to fix it. It's called looks maxing. For most guys, this involves grooming better, getting in shape, and ultimately feeling more confident.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's looks maxing right there. Getting in shape, grooming better, hygiene, fitness, and then gives you more confidence, right? Helps with your personality. But these guys take it to the extreme, as you will see. Is looks maxing the new trend? You think you're going to see more and more young people doing this?
But we're seeing this being taken to increasingly extreme lengths.
Oh, smack.
I use crystal for hollow cheeks. And
there's Clavicular right there. The number one influencer on look maxing. He uses crystal meth for hollow cheeks. Wow.
And I would say the trend is quite positive.
I've been experimenting on and off with bone smashing to see if
smashing their bones, right? So they can form to a more aesthetically pleasing appearance, aesthetic.
I can improve my facial structure.
Well, that was the exact plot of the SpongeBob episode with Handsome Squidward. A lot of this isn't satire. Online, people are now analyzing faces like stock charts.
Been doing it for years, man. We found that in some of these Discords and Black Pillar shows. There was a guy named what was his name? Looks LMS from England, where people would pay him. No. Wheat Waffles is the guy that used to from England. People used to pay him to rate his face.
Calling movie stars average, while kids are asking if they look subhuman. Some older members even beg them to leave.
That is crazy, right, Max?
Late. So what's going on? Why are men now breaking their own bones, injecting black market drugs, and gambling their health?
Peptides, that's the thing you'll hear. Peptides if your ear's on the street. No more steroids, peptides. Parents found the peptides, took them to the doctor.
All in the hopes of looking more like Terror Chads.
Terror Chads. I ain't even heard that. I've heard of Giga Chad. Now they got Terror Chads. That's wild.
What do you think?
Patrick Bateman. Wait a minute. What? Mog off is crazy? They're having a mog off on TikTok? Holy shit. Bro. We're cooked. They're cooked, man. Look at their faces. They're making the sparrow face from Zoolander. Look at these light skinned. They're making it look bad for us, man. Who can look sexy? Mog, that stands for a male of the group. Like who's the alpha of the group, right? To mog somebody means like, to do better than them, have higher status over them, right? So look at this shit, bro. These guys are having a mog off. They're mogging off, right? They're mogging off, right? Yeah. Yeah. Mog off. Look at this shit. They all look the same too. Same goatee, little thin mustache, edge up. Holy crap. That's the thing, bro. People think they're being like a rebel and being different, but they're just handing the package to what the social engineers are giving you. Some may say, why are you watching this? Well, it's because we're trying to see the trends, right? So we can analyze them to see like why people are thinking like this and adjust our trajectory of our awareness, right? Do we stay away from it, or do we learn from this and take what we need, or do we just flush it down the toilet? Mog off. Yeah, you want to do shit about mewing? You gotta chew that special gum, right? To keep your jawline chiseled, right? I want those lines of latitude and longitude on your jaw. The music.
What you just watched was a competitive mog-off, where these guys are trying to win the most amount of votes for who's the most attractive. If you want to...
man. Meet the young man painted Mogwarts University. An online school for becoming hot. It's funny when people are doing this, man. They're cooked, man. Yeah, they all have the same eyebrows. Max, yeah. They got that little part on it too.
Where these guys are trying to win the most amount of votes for who's the most attractive. If you want to increase your chances of mogging, you could attend Mogwarts, an online school for becoming hot. But it's not just niche communities. An increasing amount of actors,
what's his name?
and even CEOs have complete communities.
Harry Potter's mogging. That's David. What's his name? Yeah, he was in Baywatch movie. Look at his face. He was considered handsome. Wow, what did he do on the right? I think he said he fell down and broke a bone in his jaw, and he had to, have cosmetic surgery. Look at that, man.
Amount of actors, athletes, and even
Ronaldo. That could just be a bad picture right there.
Hot. But it's not just niche communities. An increasing amount of actors, athletes.
Ronaldo, yeah. I mean, look at his teeth are cooked, bro. But he fixed his teeth. That's good. That's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. I don't see anything wrong with that.
And even CEOs.
Elon, look at Elon hair maxing, bro. He went to Turkey with that hair transplant.
Have completely transformed their appearance.
Guy looks totally different right there.
Appearances. I saw a photo recently of who I thought was Mike O'Hearn. I didn't
Bro, look like a damn reptilian.
Transform their appearances. I saw a photo recently of who I thought was Mike O'Hearn.
Look at this guy. Michael O'Hearn, the fake natty.
I didn't even recognize it was one of my favorite authors, Matthew Walker, the sleep doctor.
That's him? Wow.
The male beauty and cosmetic industry has exploded over the last...
Male cosmetic surgery? There was a time, and it wasn't too long ago, that cosmetic surgery was viewed as the peer review of women. My, how times have changed. In the past 2 decades, cosmetic procedures performed on men have increased almost 30%. 30% according to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons.
Few years. So how did we get here? What makes a man attractive has always been multifaceted.
Wow, these guys were men's beauty contest, early 1900s. The disturbing word. Beauty contest? These guys? I mean, they're not fat, but they definitely have the dad bod, right? Okay, but their trunk's pretty high too.
Researchers recognize key traits like physical cues, status, and personality. Okay,
this is red pill shit. Physical cues, health, symmetry, and body composition signals attractiveness. Women see that and they're like, oh wow, Men see it, they want to be like that. Status and resources, wealth. That's not just money, right? Ambition, right? You want to do better. Social rank, single long-term provisioning ability. Yeah, women see that. They're like, hey, that's something I might want. 6 figures for sure. For sure. 6 figures. You can even be like a like the head of your running club. Like you like marathon running. You have a running meetup club, and you're like the head of it, right? Or the vice president or the secretary. Got status in the group, man. That's some status.
Looks have always
manager of a store.
Recognize key traits like physical cues, status, and personality.
Personality, this is big, Ben. Personality, confidence, charisma, and dominance, right? Which the physical cues and the social cues can help with that. You know, physical cues plus status and resources equal, I think, personality and presence, or vice versa too, right? Equals personality and presence, or even a dude in a wheelchair can have big personality and presence, can help you in these other things, maybe. Confidence, charisma, dominance, signal psychological strength. So you gotta, psychological strengths, long-term provisioning ability, and fitness and health. That like something that women look at. That makes sense. Can't argue with that. Yeah, a lot of these people they don't want to hear this shit. It's funny because I think most of the people in this that listen to some of my shows and the Panelverse in general, they're dysgenic, meaning like they're not at their full potential. They don't even care to really reach it in these categories.
Looks have always mattered, but
I don't know about you, Ben. Like, but I want to be the best. I'm going to be the best. I'm becoming the best version of myself. Right? It's fun. Next is I was always broke when I met the woman in my life. Yeah. Right. I may have been broke when I met Rebecca. However, I ain't broke no more. Right? Ain't broke no more. You can always have more money though too.
Only one piece of the puzzle, but they've become increasingly emphasized with the creation of social media. Just look at this graph for how couples are meeting. In-person connections have fallen while online dating has exploded. Now you can meet people from
That's crazy. Like in-person connections, like meeting people on the street have not they haven't increased. Meeting people online have. This is why, as the great Shadowback, my brother, hey Shadow, you ain't never had a friend like me. I'll give my last shot at Hennessy. You never had a friend like me. And Shadow will tell you that I'll tell you too that women have a lot more chances and choices nowadays because of the online social media, that the men that they normally wouldn't have so much competition in their area that they meet. They have a lot more competition, the men, right? Because the women have so much choices, right? No matter what she looks like or her personality.
Anywhere in the world is a much bigger pond. And for many, it feels more competitive. And as real-world social spaces
is that real?
And for many, it feels more competitive. And as
Did you see that picture?
It's a much bigger pond. And for many, it feels more competitive.
Holy, that can't be real. Shadow Buddha, that's Photoshop, right? That's ridiculous, right? You see Irvine, of course, right? 3 miles away, huh? That cannot be real. Holy shit.
And as real-world social spaces have declined massively, many men started turning to the internet for answers. That's where
Rate me. Give me soft maxing advice, right? Soft maxing. That's like what I said earlier. Hygiene, fitness, trying to undo yourself to build yourself up for confidence, right?
worldviews took shape. Blue pill, what most people fall under. Dating is about
that dude is huge for sure.
Be yourself and things will work out. Red pillars.
This is very important, children.
Kindness and
this is very important. Like some people get like so offended when you bring up the blue and the pills. They think, oh my God, you're one of those people. Oh my God. nigga, this is a way to it's just another way to classify, right? It ain't the end all be all. Hopefully it helps you though. You were generalizing for sure. Look at this, man. Before we go there, what does Buddha say? He said, Max, how long ago was that? Women in the 80s and the 90s generally had only had access to their local cities, whereas since the mid 2000s, women's standards have risen tremendously since the OOOs, right? Right? Yeah, man. Because they have that, the standards have increased because they have all those options. Before they had to settle, right? Men or women shouldn't settle. And just because they have those options, man, you shouldn't settle either. That they have more options than you. So, blue pill, check it out.
What most people fall under. Dating is about personality, kindness.
Personality, kindness, all important. This is all important.
And connection.
Connection, right? Be yourself, bro, right? Well, be yourself after you level up, too. Well, then we'll see what happens.
Yourself and things will work out.
Be yourself and things will work out, right? How many people of you guys have done that? You guys fail miserably, right? Well, you haven't maxed out on the other things, on these things.
Red pillars see this as remaining in a comforting illusion because they believe that dating is really about status, confidence, and dominance.
Be a nice guy when you, as you maintain and increase your status. Be kind when you have confidence, and have dominance. Have dominance when you're getting results, you're having successes. I tell people all the time, and I mean it, congratulations for your successes. The more I say that, the more I'm hanging out with people who actually have successes, right?
If you level up, you can win. This is saying the truth.
If you level up, you can win. It's true, right? You don't have to believe me. Do it for yourself, Mr. Blue Pill.
True rules of attraction. But then there's a black pill. Your genetics and looks decide everything.
The black pill. Your genetics and looks decide everything. It is true. It does. The black pill doesn't lie. It does. Genetics and looks. If you're looking at it from a specifically evolutionary biology mode from above, like zoomed out on the Earth, where we look like bacteria over Mother Gaia, right? Genetics is what's moving everything, right? And looks. Yeah. This is why so many normie blue pillars, they're like natural blue pillars. I said they like naturally go like, oh, it's easy, bro. What do we say, Shadow? They just get a haircut, bro. You'll be fine. Right? You'll be fine. Genetics trump everything. However, and then at the end all be all though. That's why if you build yourself up, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Come out to win, not to play. We ain't playing, bro. We ain't playing, man. We're trying to get those successes, man.
That's a good dedication. Way to go.
Shout out to Wicked and them. Hello, Gabriel. Hello, everyone. Hello, listener. He was live earlier. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help Gabriel grow and keep the content coming. Your support means everything. Support the channel through buymeacoffee.com/dirtshed. Every bit helps. Keep the content rolling. And thanks for being amazing. Shadow Buddha, thank you, Wicked. Appreciate you. I love you. Shadow Buddha says, at Gabriel, oh yeah. That get a haircut and talk to her, man. Advice is so blue pill, yeah. I mean, literally, he can tell me that. You know, I mean, my homie Brian Leo could tell me that. You know, just get your haircut, bro. We're about to go out. You know, get a nice like fucking Tommy Hilfiger shirt or whatever. Right? Yeah, that's good. That's all we need, man. That's not all we needed. I think if we would have known about confidence more, about Riz and not being creepy, but just being able to talk and stuff, hold a conversation about current events or what's really going on. That would help. That helps. Mm-hmm. There are pretty low quality. Yeah, there are a lot of low quality women out there from men. Yeah. That's why that high quality men stand out. Just the people are just ignoring looks, money, and height and status. It's ridiculous, bro. And you wonder why you can't understand what we're talking about. You'll never understand until you try to get after it yourself. Keep hope alive for the average slob. Keeping hope alive for the average slob. Well, he won't be a slob if he actually turns these theories into practice, right? That's the real strange magic of the situation. That's the real magic of the situation, strange magic of the situation, right? You got a strange magic when you actually take the theories and put them into action, right? Then you get the strange magic that works, actually. But you don't know till you try. You don't know till you try. We got a strange magic. So one more time. For all you slow folks out there, it's okay. It takes me a minute to learn things too.
For answers.
It's
That's
important.
where
Pay
three worldviews take
attention.
shape. Blue pill, what most people fall under. Dating is about personality,
The
kindness,
magic
and
stick.
connection. Be yourself and things will work out. Red pillars see this as remaining in a comforting illusion because they believe that dating is really about status, confidence, and dominance. If you level up, you can win. This is seeing the true rules of attraction. But then there's a black pill. Your genetics and looks decide everything. If you're unattractive, it's already over. A brutally fatalistic
Not
idea.
true.
As a skinny teenager.
Not true. You may be unattractive. You may be over for getting those people that are super out of your league, but it's not over. You can still get a fine ass biatch for you, a good woman. What are you talking about, black pillars? You say it's over? Well, it hasn't even started for you yet. You haven't even gotten the game yet. Like Brown's boy was saying, stop playing.
If you're unattractive, it's already over. A brutally fatalistic idea. As a skinny teenager, that idea felt bleak. I already felt unsure about myself.
Who's this guy?
Everywhere I looked, I would see more and more fitness transformation.
Okay, David laid 3 years transformation in the disturbing world of looks max. This nigga's taking steroids and shit, bro. Too young, bro. When you got a taper like that and a muscle, yeah.
Or someone
I would not recommend that, Ben.
would completely transform. So I saw getting shredded as a solution to all my problems.
No.
Couldn't see it yet.
It
But
helps.
this was the beginning of a pretty unhealthy chapter, as a new ideology was quietly growing.
Did you see that guy's face, bro?
This was the beginning of a pretty unhealthy chapter,
Max,
as a new ideology
Look at that. That's probably from that bone smashing and shit. That's wild, bro. Looks like a chipmunk.
was quietly growing.
Male glow-ups have reached new levels with the rise of
Glow-ups,
something
huh?
called looks maxing. It's a TikTok trend taking hold of men seeking to maximize their physical appearance.
But it didn't start on TikTok. It originated in anonymous forums, filled with men who believed they were genetically doomed in dating.
Yikes, something went wrong. Incels.com. You have been banned for the reasons, right? Holy shit. 7 million posts.
And I think that every woman who encounters me on the street is inherently disgusted by me. I'm physically unattractive.
I think that he's exaggerating in his mind. However, do something about it, bro. Like, and work out. Look at his skinny ass, bro.
I'm visibly autistic, and
I mean, so is Clavicular. He's autistic too. So a lot of these guys are.
I have no experience speaking to females.
He has no experience speaking to females. Do you play basketball? Do you have group projects at your university where you can talk to people? Do you have a job with the public?
Felt ignored and assumed it was their looks that were
It's not just looks though. It's probably other things like, his personality sucks.
responsible. So they started to wonder, how could they optimize them? In its earliest form,
It's funny that we know that this is for 6 years. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we've been knowing about this. This is like the mainstream, and this is, and even though it's mainstream, it's still new to the mainstream so much so that people are like, "What? I want to talk about the Paddleverse." Then they learn about what's trending and some stuff that I might can level up on, right? either not to do or to do more. What? I don't understand what's going on, man. I don't understand why I'm depressed. It's funny that we have known this for 6 years. A lot of guys are just dicks, no maxing out of that. Yeah, there is. Just don't be a dick. Right? Don't be a dick. Easy. Start really focusing on something that you enjoy, studying it and putting it into practice. Right? You'll be surprised where it can take you.
Looks maxing was extreme. Surgeries, drugs, anything that promised escape from being labeled genetically inferior. And what kept people locked into it was an uncomfortable...
Money doesn't matter, rich people. Looks don't matter, attractive people. Money doesn't matter, right? Rich people. Yeah, they already got it. Looks don't matter, attractive people, right? All weight is light. Well, I think ugly people think that too. Looks don't matter. And broke people say money doesn't matter too. Some of the new agers, right? It's all fiat currency. It's real enough. And all weight is lightweight. Ronnie Coleman. You're fooling yourself, bro. You're fooling yourself. I'm talking to Shadow Buddha in the building and Max Visions in the building. At Gabe, oh my God, you don't want to talk about audits every day instead of going to your job and supporting Rebecca and Mauger. Been on a beautiful island. Exactly, bro. Did you see this nigga? This nigga right here. Look at this guy. Up open water swimming. My G. Bro, open water swimming. This is what we're doing. I'm not ashamed of my son, like some of you guys. I'm sorry your kids have autism. That sucks. But you don't want to show them or talk about their accomplishments. I'm sure there's even people who are mentally retarded that have accomplishments that their parents are proud of them. We are proud of our son. Look at this practice. In the open water. Pacific Ocean. This shit is fire, bro. This guy. There's Ben right there, Shadow. I don't know if you saw that. Fucking 7 years old, bro. God damn. What are you doing to get after it in life? I'll tell you, man. But we want to talk about cop audits and all that other stuff. That's the highest level of consciousness people can get. It's a shame. Oh, well, everyone has their lane. Here's my lane. All right, back to this. Back to the lecture at hand. Okay, here we go.
Comfortable truth. Looks really do matter, and studies back that up.
Hamimesh et al. Found that attractive individuals tend to earn 3 to 4% more than their less attractive.
Okay, attractive individuals in 3 to 4. Shout out to Shadow Buddha getting that raise, man. He must be attractive.
Attractive counterparts.
Well, 58% of Fortune 500 CEOs are over 6 foot.
Wow, 50% are over 6 foot. I mean, we're hype maxing out here.
No, only around 15% of the US male population reach that height.
How many of these guys they say? I heard somebody say yesterday on the stream, I'm 5'11 and a half. Come on, bro. Like you said, 6 feet, 5'11. This is 5'11 or 6. Which one is it?
Ruffle and colleagues have shown that unattractive criminals go to jail for twice as long as attractive criminals.
Now, correlation
get out of jail free
does not mean causation, but pretty privilege does seem to exist. Psychology
pretty privilege, I like that.
Does not mean causation, but pretty privilege.
Especially when they find out you're ugly. Some of these streamers out here, they found out they were ugly and they probably lose their female viewers and whatnot. Right? What's it say? Pretty privilege. Is this the tendency for people who are viewed as more attractive or pretty to receive more opportunities, benefits, attention, and other perks than their less attractive counterparts? The concept of pretty privilege does not have a founding figure, but rather emerged through online feminist discourse about how women are expected to be attractive, especially relatively to men. With the proliferation of large-scale social media platforms, attractiveness and greater discussion of social dynamics on platforms like TikTok, pretty privilege has become an increasingly common term. Pretty privilege can be seen as trajectory, social. Okay. Interesting. Pretty privilege. Shadow Buddha in the building. I wonder why these English guys make a lot of those black pill videos. I think it's because of the environment. It can be seen as gloomy sometimes out there in England. The weather-wise, climate maxing. They're not climate maxing. Your weather can affect your mood. They're on an island. They're not on a beautiful island like us over here in Taiwan. Literally means beautiful island, Formosa. We're weather maxing, climate maxing. It's tropical out here. We're literally on the Tropic of Cancer, on that latitude. Face LMS, yes. Legend, black pillar. Wheat waffles, as I was saying that he paid men pay him to review their face, and word on the street is maybe even their genitals. And this guy we're watching, it must be harder for men. Yeah. Well, if it's harder for the men there, that means that more difficulty means more come up, more tension. As you know, lift more weights or have more tension, opportunity to grow more muscles, opportunity to grow more status. You've seen those videos in England where those hot chicks are there in their mini skirts walking around. It ain't easy, brother. It must be like tough out there. Unless you give them something to fawn over or whatnot. Shout out to Hurricane Peril. Yeah, in there. Hurricane Peril in the building. A legend, brother. A legend. Real
Be
nigga
okay,
shit.
because I know I'm not. As a real nigga with feminine energy, I am not okay with that.
Peace and power in the building of Twilight. Nigga. Hell yeah. Bro, we had the fire ass. Shout out to Hurricane Peril. And then my brother. The fire ass short I dropped today from our talk with the great Hopaborian, hostile Hopaborian. Another fascinating individual. A lot of knowledge. Check this out, bro. Twilight dropping it. How you can use magic with a K, music and entertainment to reprogram yourself.
Basically, the main point is that if you understand how to make those changes, okay, you can influence your consciousness, okay, and bring it to places that are way outside subject, certain skills and whatnot, entertainment and different types of music and different like you have like different like the like theta, gamma, sync, and all this type of thing. But when you understand like how these things work together, you can use that to actually increase your neuroplasticity to where you can teach yourself topics that normally would be very difficult. Because what's happening is the repetition and the emotional spike and all of this is making it to where whatever it is that you're learning is going to be remembered a lot more. Because
yeah. He said it's shocking your system. It's going to be, on all levels. You're going to be remembering. That's why I said you need to watch these videos in the beginning, bro. Get primed. We're learning stuff here on this channel, Ben. You got to learn. You got to listen to the music, bro. You got to listen to the music. I don't know if you caught the intro. I'll play a little bit of it right now. I mean, we're cooking right now, but fuck it. Check this out real quick. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is a strange magic. Twilight, you're right, bro. Like using music and images and even sound and smell, right, to draw your awareness, your assemblage point, as you say, right, in order to shift your paradigm if it's not serving you. Twilight says, yeah, you shifting the assemblage point. Consensus reality is exactly that. If you can induce a pattern to interrupt your life, and it becomes a waking lucid dream. You know what? Just like even like seeing how I agree. Seeing how taking care of your appearance can really change yourself, especially if you're a slob and don't really care about those things. It could take your evolution to the next level, right? Special magics. Magic with a special K. I like that. Magic with a special K. Yes. Yo, you saw that Richard Ramirez shit, right? I'm telling you, bro, some of these black pill looks maxing YouTube channels where they pay homage to the aesthetics and whatnot. They really like that Richard Ramirez, bro. I mean, because he had like that bone structure. Yeah. Now, mind you, I was telling Ben, like, this motherfucker used to scare me. I was like his age, 6 or 7, or no, probably 8. My mom just had my brother Jordan, and we were living in San Jose on the west side in Willow Glen, and in this little cottage behind my aunt's house, and they had this oak tree in the front that looked like something from like the Wicked Forest from Snow White. And look at that's a Supreme Gentleman right there, Elliot Rogers, right? And you would leave these shadows on our shades at night, and anything that walked by, a possum, cat, or whatever, a person, you could see that shit magnifying. And this was during the time when Richard Ramirez was going around California deleting people, walking into their house through the window and whatnot, and the sliding door, and killing them in the name of Satan, and or what he thought was, right? So anyway, they have these they would show pictures of him and shit, right? So I think there's the one right here of him. Yeah, look at him. He had that bone structure that some of these guys that look maxer, they actually think he's like a model of how you want your face, and because he probably was doing meth too. That's why he had those cheekbones like that. Look, I mean, they literally made a video, a compilation of him like that. I didn't make that part. There we go. Look at that. They're paying homage to he had the Chad face to them. What the fuck? These dudes are unhinged. Yeah. Look at that. I'm telling you, bro, he's gotten a resurgence, man, in the looks maxing community. They have gone too far in some cases. They look very unnatural, very unnatural. You saw some of those faces, bro. Like some of these guys are they're destroying their face. Yeah, destroying their face. For what, man? It's not worth it. Looking good is one thing, but to kill yourself over it, and you ain't getting back your face, man. That's Michael Jackson. Rest in peace, loved one. Let's see. Back to this pretty privilege.
Exist. Psychologists call this the halo effect. The tendency to assume that good-looking people are more competent, more trustworthy, and more valuable.
Markella?
So the forums.
Hold on. Shout out to Markella. We love you, Markella. Absolutely. Heal up, man. Well, man, my sister. Yeah. We miss you, Markella, for sure. Yeah. So shout out to Markella. Send some prayers.
Try to turn attraction.
She's an angel out there. The tendency to assume that looking good people are more competent, more trustworthy, more vulnerable. That's the halo effect. More valuable, excuse me.
Into something objective. They built systems, facial ratios, skull measurements, and eye-shaped theories, all designed to create a mechanical hierarchy of beauty. The most famous was a PSL scale, a ranking from 1 to 8.
Goes from subhuman, sub 5, Chad.
The goal of looks maxim is simple: ascension. Move up the ladder, and to do that,
Ascension, huh? Look at these faces, Max. Look at that. What do we got there? Look at these terms. Subhuman, 4. Mr. Beast, 4. Will Smith, 4.5. Shadow LaBeouf, 4.5. Who else they got there? Freddie Mercury, actor, 5. What else we got there? 5.5. Human, Patrick Bateman, 6.0. Oh no, these guys, these are like looks maxers, dudes. 6.5, 6.5, 7.5. They had the dude, Jeremy Meeks, the criminal that went viral, the brother, mixed dude. It looks like Richard Ramirez right next to him, but that's not him. Then Heavenly Deity. Holy shit. These guys are crazy.
ranking from 1 to 8.
Goes from subhuman, sub 5, Chad.
The goal of looks maxing is simple: ascension. Move up the ladder, and to do that, there's 2 paths. Soft maxing, which is the more mild stuff you see on.
Soft maxing. This is what we were talking about earlier, huh? These guys. Yeah, shout out to Markella and them. E5's proved Michael knew the game and wasn't playing. He didn't. He knew it. He knew it. He knew it. He exposed them, the so-called elites, whose plan is to take away trying to take your assemblage point for their use. Used to be super pretty. There's hope. You can ascend. These Shadow Buddha in the building says these guys put too much emphasis on looks. You're right. If a woman is attracted to a guy that's a 7 and a guy that's an 8 to her, but the 8 guy is super douchey and talking himself out, she will get with this. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. The personality shit. Hank didn't want to hear that. I mean, come on, Lindsay, she got all these dudes over, they be loving her, right? Yeah, it's almost looks like they have taken female traits and applied to them. Fucking Max Vision, motherfucking Visions, bro. He gets it, man. This motherfucker I assume he probably don't even look at these trends, but he gets it. That's what the black pill, red pill is. It's taking female mating strategies and re-engineering them from a male perspective, right? All these things, and look at it like primping and all this like soft maxing. That's what it is, man. Precisely, Max. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah. Hey, support the channel through buymeacoffee.com. Every bit helps, man. Keep the content rolling. Thanks for being amazing. That's what it is. That's what it all is, right? Right. Ascension. Bro, the delusion. All right. But in terms of I hear you, Twilight. As a holistic thing, that's not ascension. That's just part. Looks are just part of it, right? But in terms of the looks maxing, that compartmentalizing it, that's a really finite way of looking at it, like zoomed in version. Virgo, super hypercritical, whereas the opposite of Virgo is Piscean, the God body, right? Looking at it from a holistic way it's not the same. Yeah. Oh yeah. So back to this real quick. I'm gonna look at this chart, see if we can go over it real quick. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Yeah. So soft maxing, right? This is not necessarily looks maxing. This is like women's stuff. You're right, Max and Twilight. Exfoliating, daily face wash and moisturizer, using sunscreen, teeth whitening, better oral hygiene, regular haircuts, flattening to face shape, right? Flattering to face shape, beard grooming or clean shaven, nose hair, ear hair trimming. You guys gotta, as you get older, you really gotta look into that, guys. Clean, trim nails, deodorant and pleasant fragrances. Like we said, there's the chemicals in that shit though too. Finding a hairstyle suited to your face and hair type, using hair products, pomade, clay, etc. Enhance eyebrow shaping, waxing, threading, freezing, micro-netting, or minoxidil for the hair regrowth and balding. Target skin hair, acne, blackheads, dark circles around the eyes. Retinol used for skin quality and anti-aging. Under eye patches for puffiness. Micro eating out. Lip balm for fuller looking hydrated lips. You follow me on that stuff? Nose hair, yeah, you gotta look out for that, bro. A lot of these guys, they don't realize that it looks like they're a bunch of spiders having meat in their ears or their nose. Their nose hair. Okay? Building muscle. Here you go, Shadow. Especially shoulders, chest, back, arms. Lowering body fat, motherfuckers. 10 to 15% for jawline and definition. Always can be slimmer, right? What do they call it? What's the saying? Lean is king. Improving posture. Stand up straight. Can add 1 to 12 inches into your height perspective. Running or hybrid training for aesthetics, right? Cardiovascular health, fixing ulterior pelvic tilt or rounding your shoulders, right? Your gait, how you walk. You know what? Like I was watching this awesome video about Dennis Rodman, and matter of fact, let me show it to you real quick. And we'll go back to that about the importance of cardiovascular health and whatnot, right? So let me go. Hit me up at NPC, not NPC. We got it. Teststream at Teststream88 on X, right? You see Dennis Rodman. So much good shit on here. Y'all really need to check out this Twitter. Underrated. Here we go. John Sally on the record. This is the importance of cardiovascular strength, right? Dennis Rodman. Check it out.
But Dennis Rodman, I heard, would go out drinking, would show up drunk the next day during the game, but would still play.
Really?
Yeah.
Not true.
Himza?
That's what he said in his book.
Yeah.
He was at how Barkley was like, would smell like the liquor on his breath. It was like, how are you even out here right now?
Yeah. I guess to sell books.
Okay. So you're saying he was actually disciplined?
Yeah. Like, let me tell you, there's one thing anybody and everybody can tell you about D-Rod.
Listen to this.
He'd sit there and watch that tape.
Yeah, I mean, he's chilling, bro. He watched the tape. His cardiovascular, his stamina was what made him a legend.
And we're stretching and overstretching and rewinding the tape back, sitting on the treadmill. Everybody else goes out and warms up. He's there riding the bike, doing whatever. So Phil, everybody, all right, everybody come in. And Dennis' seat is not there. And I'm like, somebody gonna go get Dennis? He was like, it'll be all right. Dennis walks out while Phil is talking, just with a towel on. Goes straight into the shower, takes a shower. We hear the shower going, Phil's talking. Phil acting like it's not happening. It's like it's not there. He comes out, gets dressed. By the time we go out, he's out tied up and he's buttoning up his. By the time he doesn't speak, puts his hand in, does whatever, comes out, and then the show is on. At the end of the game, everybody's sitting around talking to media, doing whatever, trying to hurry up, get in the shower, get out and run someplace. Dennis is back in the training room riding the bike.
So after the game, he's fucking, he's working out. He's doing the bike, right? He's lifting a little bit. He takes a shower before the game, works his ass off the whole game, 45 minutes straight. Gets like 20 rebounds, plays defense, and he works out, right? And then he goes to the club.
Not that he didn't run enough on court and played the entire 48 minutes and grabbed 20 rebounds, stayed in shape. So anybody, and they would know that. So anybody, and he had asthma. So imagine a guy with asthma who would overdo his cardio. And then he got on the weights. And it was all she wrote. He changed.
What is your excuse? He doesn't even, he has asthma and he gets after it in the cardio.
The NBA. Imagine a guy with asthma who would overdo his cardio. And then he got on the weights. And it was all she wrote. He changed the NBA. Imagine being 6'7", getting defensive player of the
6'7".
year and leading the lead in rebounds like every year he played at 6'7". Not 7 foot, 6'9", 240 pounds, 6'7", not a great shooter, not a big time scorer. But he changed the way we look at it, changed the way the intensity of the game.
But the worm.
The worm.
We call him big man in Detroit.
They call him big man. Big man Dennis, bro. He ain't no joke, bro. I mean, yeah, he's crazy. Dennis took a pic, he wore a dress and a wedding dress and all that shit. He wasn't even. His stamina was ridiculous, guys. When you can do anything, you can probably become the greatest streamer of all time if you have good stamina. Stamina works for everything. Now back to the lecture at hand about this today's episode. Looks MAXXIN's getting more weird. Shia LaBeouf, strange magic. Dr. Christopher Hyatt, Ph.D. And you're right, Max, about the toe hair. The toe hair is something that needs to be cut for some people. I think mine is like disappeared over the years. I used to have this girlfriend. She used to like try to groom me all the time, which is cool. Yeah, I guess, it makes her look good too, right? Let's see. So dressing for your body type. Here we go for soft maxing. Dressing for your body type. Color matching clothing with skin tone. I was just talking to some. This is their name. Their name is Twink on one of these discords. Now I say one of these discords. It's a normal Discord. It was Paranoid's Discord, right? He has a lot of interesting people in there. And I'm not even sure if it was a man or a woman to this day. I don't even know. But she was talking in the general chat about color matching, right? Color matching and how you need to match that up with your skin tone and in the season, what season it is. And I have to say, like, I'm thinking about my cousin Katrina, how she used to play with the Barbies and whatnot and have matching clothes and all that. I wasn't thinking about that. I was playing with my G.I. Joe, all that crazy shit. Right? Sounds like a cougar. Well, it sounds like a Capricorn, right? At that time, that woman was just a year older than me, my ex-girlfriend. And those Capricorns, they can be young and act like they're a grandparent, right? Yeah. She was cougar maxing right there on me. She saw my potential. Let's see. And good looks. Wearing cologne and perfume for sure. Don't overdo it. Using accessories, watches, jewelry smartly, right? Don't be gaudy with it. Posture improvement. Make yourself look taller. Don't slouch. Don't have a concave chest. More confidence. Glasses or contacts that suit your face shape. I'm loving my new glasses right now. My reading glasses. They're so sick. Smiling more improves attractiveness for sure, right? I'm gonna try to be scaring people. Slower, deeper voice tones, right? Definitely, yeah. Eye contact and confident body language. Yeah, this is all soft maxing things you can do, right? But these looks maxers take it to the extreme. You gotta take everything to the extreme. It's not good enough. You always want more and more and more.
On TikTok. Skin maxing, hair maxing, gym maxing. But
hard
there's
maxing.
Hard maxing. Permanent, often high risk.
High risk stuff, right? Now this is the beard conditioner, right? Mustache cream. I got my mind in the Scorpio way, like mustache cream. By the way, excellent picture, Lindsay, right there. Very beautiful. So Botox, hard maxing, right? Botox, jaw slimming, frown lines, forehead lines, braces. Now they have that Invisalign stuff. That shit is good, right? Beard maxing, like a fucking comment of the day. Beard conditioner. I know what you mean, though. You're right, because you don't want like a bristly beard. Some of y'all's beard look like pubic hair. So fine, so smooth. What nice skin you have, Mr. Bateman. So fine, so smooth. I got you, Patrick Bateman. American Psycho. What great skin you have, Mr. Bateman. So fine. Where is she? There she is right here. Gotta do Skin Max, huh?
What beautiful skin you have, Mr. Bateman. So fine. So smooth.
I mean, I was disturbed by, not disturbed, but
So fine.
that's the most beautiful Asian girl you can get for this role. Come on, man. Maybe they weren't trending as much now. But she delivered the dialogue very good though.
So fine. What beautiful skin you have, Mr. Bateman. So fine. So smooth.
He looks like a senator. It's senator. What they call it, like half ox, half fucking man. Yo, all right. Anyway, that nail polish is crazy, huh? What nice skin you have, Mr. Bateman. So fine. So smooth. Not smooth. Smooth. It's getting weirder and more disturbing, this looks maxing. They go, okay, so we got brow lifts, right? Brow lift. That's like plastic surgery. Boccular fat removal, hollow chest, liposuction. Eye shaping correction. Cheek filler. Cheekbone implants filler. Chin implants. If you have that Richard Hamilton chin. Yeah, fake maxing for sure. Fake maxing to the max, bro. Fake maxing. What the hell are they doing, bro?
Huh?
Weirdo. Yo. Eye surgery, double lid surgery, forehead reduction. Forehead reduction, but you 5 heads. Eye coloring change. Cali Muscle had that. You may lose your vision. Gynoplasty, chin shaping, gynecomastia surgery. That's like when you have those bitch tits. Those guys have those big boobs and shit. Hair transplant, jaw filler, temporary, jawline filler, LASIK, clearer eyes, no glasses. I think that lasts for a couple years, but they literally put a damn laser in your eye. Lip filler, limb lengthening surgery, extreme, costly, painful. On Southport, they call that the negroplasty, the negroplasm, right? I think it was, or they took the testicles of the guys that wanted to become a woman, and they used it as the knee joints for the limb lengthening surgery. They call it a negroplasty. Negroplasty. Plasty, I think something like that, right? Let's see. There we go. This shit is stupid, right?
I got it! I got the ball! Kyle, no! Robloski goes for the dunk! No!
My balls! He said my balls. Can't take it. Oh, shit. God damn, that negroplasty surgery. That's what they're making fun of, limb lengthening surgery. Lip filler, lipo or ab sculpting surgery, mandible angular implants, that's facial structure, right? Your eye sockets, orbital decompression for deep-setted eyes. You want to get the hunter eyes, right? Ben already has that, the Asian style. Scorpio should have that too. Orthotics, jaw surgery, PRP, plasma injections for hair and skin, Rhinoplasty, that's a nose job. Skin tightening, body. This is what old women used to get, right? Back in the day. Steroids, tests, right? Ozempic, right? Temporary implants, under eye filler. Ridiculous, guys. This shit's crazy, bro. Yeah, thanks everybody. Peace and power, bro. It's getting nauseated, right? It's getting this too much. Skin lightening, right? Yeah. And then skin darkening, going into the tanning salon too much. I go to the Southeast Asian market here, and for the foreigners from like Philippines and Vietnam, and they literally have skin whitening cream. Right? Yeah, Jim Carrey's face is disgusting, right? I don't know what happened to him, man. Jim Carrey face. People thought it was somebody else. That's how bad it was, right? We thought it was somebody else. That's Jim Carrey, bro.
Jim Carrey recently won an award in Paris, and people aren't talking about the award so much as about his appearance.
Some new magic.
Did he have a bunch of plastic surgery? Is this an imposter? Or maybe he's been cloned. But he's not saying he did Jim's makeup, but implying that it's him in Paris and not Jim Carrey. Is trolling us, saying he made himself look like Jim Carrey in Paris when he really didn't. And he has a lot of people fooled, just not me, and now not you. Have you tried my exclusive?
Juste. Ma langue est fatiguée.
Well, you can see he looks a bit different than the video that I showed earlier. He looks more like the Jim Carrey that we know, albeit maybe with some of those procedures that I described earlier. Now, if you see this video of him from 1 year ago, you can see that he looks pretty similar to brow lift. You can see his hairline has even raised a little bit, and this is another sign of a brow lift. His eyelids are a lot more open, and he doesn't appear to have excess skin of his eyes that he had before.
Max, for sure.
This is consistent with an upper blepharoplasty, but one that was done very aggressively, causing him to look really different. His cheeks also look lifted, the possible result of a mid-face or cheek lift. He also has more volume.
I don't like that, man. God damn.
Volume in his cheeks, which can be due to injections of his own fat. Well, also his nose looks longer, and this could be the result of a rhinoplasty. His jawline and his neckline also look sharper. This could be the possible result of a lower facelift. And finally, his forehead is also really smooth, much smoother than it used to be, which could be due to Botox. This is some pretty extensive plastic surgery, and on the surface, it looks really good. But he doesn't look like the Jim Carrey that we all know and love. So what's going on? Well, the prominent makeup artist Alexis Stone.
All right. So that's it. Yeah, he's definitely, most likely he's had a surgery. You guys saw that, right? Hopefully you saw that. Yeah, Reddington. This is wild over here. We're doing that strange magic, that looks MAXXIN, the disturbing world of look MAXXIN. So we just went over some of the hard MAXXIN, right? Stuff that people be doing.
Changes to the body. This includes jaw surgeries, performance-enhancing drugs, but also more extreme stuff, such as the brutally painful leg lengthening surgery.
All right, Max, take care, bro.
$100,000 for the surgery with months of rehabilitation afterwards. This is.
This guy had limb lengthening surgery.
Not something to take lightly.
Some forms of hard maxing have
hair transplant,
become normalized, like braces or hair transplants.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people have braces, right?
But because many of these procedures are expensive or age limited, some teenagers turn to extreme DIY alternatives. But before we dive into the darker side of a trend and its wider effects, a quick word from today's sponsor, Legend. What I use the most, if you're gonna edit max this video, to as a PSO golf. Glow Up Transformations were my first window into this world. There's these apps which you can scan your face with and generate these looks maxing top trumps with the goal of leveling up your stats. The most highest rated on the PSO scale are referred to as the PSO gods. Anonymous forums
round and round.
are typically edgy in nature. Not everything is to be taken seriously. There's your stats. The most highest rated on the PSO scale.
these people are gods to these Lux Maxers, these kids.
Are referred to as the PSO gods. Anonymous forum.
There's a clavicular and his grandmother taking a picture.
Are typically edgy in nature. Not everything is to be taken seriously. There's a mix of trolling and genuine degeneracy, which is why news sites struggle to understand it.
Yeah, because they're actually are joking with a lot of this stuff, but then again, they're also putting their body through crazy amounts of torture. Yeah, I mean, just face off for science. Just pull your face off, right?
Beneath the memes, a guy seeking advice. A lot of it boils down to losing body fat, skincare, and personal hygiene.
Right. I mean, these are the soft maxing that everyone can benefit from, male and female, right? Unless you need to gain weight too. Okay. But I would also like recommend some muscle training too.
Also find guides on how to
testicular maxing, how to increase my testicle volume by. Oh my goodness. Testicle maxing?
maximize your testicle volume. How to lose a pound of fat a day with miracle drugs.
Yeah, don't eat.
A more obsessive posts, such as this kid who shared his photos, along with every single measure.
Chin height, nose length, probably has his dick measured too.
From his body, only to be told by over 100 people that he is
he's deformed. They said he's truly subhuman. 46% of the people.
Truly subhuman. Wow. With the top comment being,
I think you should take a break from this forum, bro, for sure.
I think you should take a break from this forum, bro. People can get quite obsessive. Such as this guy who made a whole post about how he had looked kissing a girl. The top response, why do you... Who made a whole post about how he had...
The kissing look from the side.
Look kissing a girl.
That's what I mean. Theory needs to go into practice, guys. Magic.
The top response, why do you do this to yourself?
Yeah, why do you do
Well, there's something sad about some of these posts.
It is sad.
A young guy will post their photo along with a self-loathing caption.
18-year-old male, it's even possible for an adult male to look more subhuman and undeveloped than me. I mean, probably. There's always worse. There's always better. Do something about it though, man.
Is it even possible for a human to look more subhuman than me? And it's met with questionable advice. Inject T and human growth hormone ASAP, not even
testosterone.
Controlling. Rope you are to subhuman.
Rope, delete yourself.
Yes, sorry. Very subhuman. Look like vermin.
So the
goddamn
overwhelming majority of people said, well, basically that I'm unsavable, and the only recommendation for me is surgery.
I started posting in bodybuilding forums as a 14-year-old, looking for advice. A lot of it was decent, but you'd also get people taking the piss. But I stuck around because I wanted to do what it takes. Whether that's wearing joggers under my school trousers to look less skinny,
what's your
or putting weights in my
What's the matter with you?
I even asked for fat calipers for Christmas when I was looking like this. Shame or feeling insecure for fat calipers for
He was asking for fat calipers when he looked like this.
When I was looking like this.
Bro, are you kidding me? You can see his abs and shit already.
Shame or feeling insecure can be a very powerful motivator for change.
Shame, right?
But for many, it becomes an unhealthy obsession.
Shaming can be good.
As indicated by this post, where a 14-year-old asked people to rate him. Get off the forum, go outside, and make friends now.
Yeah, eat well, go to the gym, make friends.
Now, for most people, it stops there.
Easier said than done for some people, to be honest, though. But you can get out there and do it, and also too, some of us have already been there, done that, or like look out for these younger cats, dude. If they're in your circle of influence, try to help them out, bro. Show them the way. Okay? Be a good example.
But for some,
we can always be thinner, look better.
That's it.
That's how figures like clavicular rise.
That's the quote. That's my quote right there. You can always look better.
And make friends now.
Thinner.
For most people, it stops there. But for some,
we can always be thinner, look better.
That's how figures like clavicular rise.
If you could go back in time, would you still take test at 14 years old?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow, testosterone?
$35,000 for a double jaw surgery. I use crystal for hollow cheeks. I'm not a...
Wow, crystal meth. The young man used to... This is the guy that is he's influencing the youth. Eh? You're glad you didn't know this terminology. Your mewing streak, yeah. Yeah, the mewing streak is like how long can you go of being disciplined and wearing your mewing guard and chewing your gum for your jawline.
A huge longevity guy.
He became famous inside the LuxMaxxIN spaces for taking things further than anyone else. He posted about watching surgery videos so he could operate on himself, drug use, and about how you could use student loan videos spaces for taking things further.
See, with Clavicular, his come up was he was already very popular on these LuxMaxxIN forums. That's the thing. Like he put in work with writing people. You don't understand how important it is to know how to write and express yourself, regardless of what you're doing, right or wrong. Things that can fix are a huge moneymaker. Yeah, you can't fix for sure, Lindsay. Yeah.
Anyone else.
He put in a lot of research. He took it farther.
Posted about watching surgery.
So he said, Clavicular said back in 2023, I want to find surgery. I want to find surgery videos so I can self-perform. Small shit like mouth widening that's hard. Is there an archive on medical sites? Yeah, people they're doing this thing where they're trying to make their jaw bigger.
Surgery videos so he could operate on himself, drug use, and about how you could use student.
You can literally get a loan. This is his writing. You can literally get a loan for as much money as you want for UNI. For university, loads of guys take out an extra amount of money for frat dudes or just generally spending the money. You can take out like an extra $20K per year to spend on surgery. And then the loan is paused till after you graduate. Yeah, deferred, right? Wow.
Loans to pay for plastic surgery until he was reported to the university.
I was kicked out of uni for essentially roid maxing.
But by then,
roid maxing, right? He ingests his Botox into his girlfriend. One of the things he does a lot of times on his streams on Kick and whatnot, now on YouTube, like they always say like Clavicular, has a fight with his girlfriend. Clavicular has a new girlfriend, and they just marketed it as girlfriends, even though there's like hookups and shit, because a lot of these black pillars they want a girlfriend. They may seem like they hate women, but that's what they want. They want a girlfriend, bro. They want a girl. I mean, who doesn't want a girlfriend? Some people don't, but yeah.
He's already a popular influencer. Most people are watching for the entertainment or shock value.
I literally witnessed Clav snort meth. Literally.
Okay. So you saw him snort the chards, right? Break it up and snort it. Got that little drip in the back of your throat after, allegedly. Lindsay said, I had to have my Adam's apple and my thick mustache shaved. Holy God.
Witnessed it.
While others...
You witnessed it, okay. Did you take some?
Proof that if you're willing to sacrifice everything, you could ascend. The media often presents the darker side, like it's new, but we've seen something very similar before.
And now, Stacy, take off the bag here.
This is Howard Stern days in the late 90s, early 90s, mid 90s.
Here we go, and let's see the face.
Butterface contests, right? What the hell? That's not a butterface. Butterface means like a hot body with an ugly face. That is not an ugly face. You got real one out for sure.
This was classic 2000s television.
She's not ugly.
Where humiliation was entertainment, and where modern beauty
was not ugly. That woman is not ugly. What the hell? Look at Artie Lang's ugly ass. He doesn't even have a nose anymore from all his cocaine. That is not a butterface, bro. Fuck. Oh, let me move that. They're saying that's a butterface. Are you kidding me? Anything but the face. She's beautiful. Well, I mean, if I was a black pill, I'd be like, she's pretty, What's going on, Miss Pretty? Just Becca. What's up, everybody? Shouts out to What's the Matter You, Lindsay, NPC, Buddha, everybody. You didn't. I know, like Aiden, the CEO of Kick, he didn't ask him to rail one out for you. What a loser, right? What a loser! You could have had the stream of your life, man. Yeah, Lindsay looks good right now. Look at that shit. That's beautiful right there. Twilight says, I personally like your new look at Lindsay. Yep, absolutely. I know she ain't no butterface. Are you kidding me? What the fuck?
Is that a speed bump on the way?
Stacey's got to be tough on the crowd.
This was classic 2000s television.
What about that third
where
eye
humiliation
accent?
was
Yeah,
entertainment,
exactly.
and where modern beauty culture went mainstream. Because today, the global beauty industry is worth over $600 billion. Back in the early 1900s,
Yeah, she's very
advertising
pretty, right,
was
Max?
simple. You sold the product, the price, and the quantity.
Like she was. I'm taking in all that shame from them. That's sad.
But for America to enter its golden age of capital, $600 billion.
Yeah, we'll be doing a broadcast soon about Edward Bernays, Sigmund Freud's nephew, about the century of the self and how marketing is shaping this world. You know, the cult of personality, real propaganda. Well, people are rotten. Yeah, the ugly. Those are truly the ugly ones for sure. What's the matter, you?
Back in the early 1900s, advertising was simple. You sold the product, the price.
She gets ugly though, yeah.
But for America to enter its golden age of capitalism, something had to change. You see, you could only sell so many bars of soap. That's when companies started hiring psychologists to try and drive more sales.
Edward Bernays.
Such as Edward Bernays, the father of modern PR, and the nephew of Sigmund Freud. He believed
that's what they used to call it, to the point, psychology. They used to call it public relations, marketing, excuse me. You're ascending, right? Marketing was public relations.
People were irrational, insecure, impulsive, and emotional.
Look at his book.
Sigmund Freud.
Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalytics.
Such as Edward Bernays, the father of modern PR, and the nephew of Sigmund Freud. He believed people were
propaganda, the public mind in the making, brainwashing them. Edward Bernays.
Irrational, insecure, impulsive, and emotional. And if you could tap into that, you could get them to buy anything. So he reframed products as symbols. He took cigarettes, which were taboo for women at the time, and branded them as torches of freedom. He linked smoking to female liberation.
Each other, I think.
Cigarette sales soared. This is where marketers started really focusing on pressing on pain points, with classics like, if men hate the sight of you, read this.
Wow, it was to the point. If men hate the sight of you, read this as ads. Let's beat it. Here comes that skinny dame. Wow, she's too skinny. Back then, it was most people were too skinny. Now they're too fat. Men hate the sight of me. I'm skinny. I'm gonna try to ionize yeast. Well, she took the ironized yeast. You're gorgeous since you've gained weight. A few weeks later, thousands of skinny girls gained 10 to 20 pounds quick.
Romance died.
Get those hips. Romance dies at the touch of that dishpan hand. Well, that is disgusting. Dishpan hands. You literally get a fungus growing on your hands from some of those harsh chemicals the dishpans have. I mean the soap, the dishwashing soap.
Of a touch of dishpan hands. This is no shape for a girl. It's far more profitable to
you see this shit?
of dishpan hands.
Look at this shit.
This is no.
It says this is no shape for a girl. Put the pear shapes in the thing, or a man, to say the least. Right? What the fuck?
Shape for a girl. It's far more profitable to market inferiority. I'm not a communist or anti-business. There's definitely.
Yo, that's true. Becca says, I'm so stressed I burn calories sitting. Yeah. Damn. That's it too, Becca. Please iron that shit out, bro. I know you've had a very tough and challenging year. But yeah, I hope you can get some peace of mind, because that's true. That's why some of the times the fasting works so good if you're trying to lose weight. In the sense that, like, because you're so stressed out because you want food, you start burning calories by your thoughts. Yeah, that pear-shaped shit is ridiculous. Yeah. That's wild, huh?
Line that gets crossed. When tabloids fat shame Britney Spears.
Bigger than ever? Are
when
you
hair is
kidding
definitely
me?
a line that gets crossed. When tabloids.
Come on, that's Britney. That's Queen Britney. Britney's bigger than ever. Stop binging on junk. That's nothing, bro. You can lose that in fucking 2 days and shit. Or like probably a sitting. I remember my ex, she used to skinny as fuck, and she like eat like a burrito or something and smoothie, and she had like this pot belly. Then it'll be gone by the end of the night or whatever. Take a dump or something. I don't know.
Fat shame Britney Spears for clicks. When heroin chic was sold as a beauty ideal, out of that came eating disorders. When heroin chic,
Clinton rages that fashion industry over a strict taste for heroin chic. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, what's his name? We were talking about him yesterday in the Discord. Rick Owens look fashion week. Shout out to what's his name getting some help. NBA young boy over there on that pill popping. Yeah, women usually have fat padding. All right, that's normal. It does show the disease mindset of the mainstream. Absolutely, Twilight. You're absolutely right, bro. If anything curves is good, right? Does that go with the penis as well? If it curves, it's good. That's retarded, right? That shit, right? Wait, let me see this. What she's eating. What it said about Britney.
Line that gets crossed. When tabloids fat shame Britney Spears.
Look at Britney's diet. Red Bull, not good. You know, fried chicken, vanilla latte, chocolate. That could be like fucking high percentage chocolate. That doesn't even cause any fat gain. Popcorn, pizza. Oh my god.
When heroin chic was sold as a beauty ideal, out of that came eating disorder communities, risky cosmetic procedures, and generations of women.
Jessica Simpson. These magazines are shit. I remember we grew up on them, though. What did Becca say? My mother-in-law, dementia, lives with us and is literally soul-sucking at times. She's tough. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's tough, Becca. Especially she's a mother-in-law, too. It's hard enough with the mother-in-law. Damn.
Who hated their reflection. For decades, this machine was aimed almost entirely at women, but now it's being pointed at men. We have drugs being used as glow-up tools, instead of airbrushed magazine covers.
That looks gay as fuck. What the fuck? Hell no. The one on the left is it's raw, bro.
You get fabricated AI glow.
No dairy. No, Dear Diary. We fell apart.
Glow-ups, which thousands of people are falling for.
You see that?
Along with rebrand covers, you get fabricated AI glow-ups, which thousands of people are falling for, along with rebranded eating disorders and forms of body dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia?
This is where it started going wrong for me. I was copying fitness
chicken, one piece of chicken, a piece of bread.
Influencers, disordered eating tips, spending most of my money on useless fat burners. And I picked up health issues from nutrient.
I was obsessed with eating clean. What was that? Fried fish and beans and potatoes, and that looks good, actually.
Efficiencies. Despite looking better, I felt worse. When you turn
there's another woman waiting for every man.
Self-worth into a product, someone always pays the price. The people staring at the screen.
My 50-year-old son wants extreme cosmetic surgery. What do I do? Oh man, you talk to him and try to give him another option. I don't know, bro. Show him a whole bunch of surgery videos gone wrong.
Wondering what's wrong with them.
I pray for you.
This guy has now had 10 surgeries in a year, and he says he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars.
10 surgeries?
Including the latest procedure.
Look at the eyebrow, bro. He looks like he's confused. Right his face. Look at that. What the hell? Oh, man. That's bad.
Huh? Weirdo.
Just a few weeks ago, where his eyes were turned outwards again. Latest procedure, just a few weeks ago, where his eyes were turned outwards again.
He looks like cross-eyed.
Not even the people paying tens of thousands for the best surgeries are guaranteed to have no complications. Take leg lengthening surgery. It costs over $100,000 and involves breaking both femurs and slowly pulling them apart over months. If it works, you gain a few inches of height, but you also lose athleticism. And in worst case scenario, it can lead to amputation.
My cousin's leg. Show him this. Yeah, my cousin's height increased. Limb lengthening surgery went wrong. Today, one of his legs is being amputated due to infection. The doctors were unable to save his other leg. We are still devastated. I lost my leg 7 years ago with someone who was drunk driving, so I understand what he's going through. It's like my coworker. He lost his leg trying to get through traffic over here on the scooter. Seeing my family got this upset, it's hard for me because I imagine this is what we went through when it happened to me. Holy cow.
Now, these are extreme, but the tools behind them are now being repackaged and marketed to far younger people. Teenagers who'd be turned away by doctors are turning to Telegram chats, forums, and grey market labs to chase the same changes.
After 6 weeks, I had liver failure.
I'm fucking liver failure. 6 weeks of steroids?
How? It was hard because every night, every single hour, my parents came in my room to check if I was dead, basically.
Yet, these are often glorified and promoted to teenagers.
LuxMaxxIn communities are almost competing with each other to try and come up with the most extreme...
Punch your eye hard.
Improving your looks.
But by far the most...
extreme remedies possible.
Center for countering digital hate.
For improving your looks.
But by far the most harmful consequences for most people are the psychological ones. I fell into the trap of obsessing over flaws and being hypercritical because focusing on what I wasn't good at helped me improve in sports and at school. But that might...
Focusing what he wasn't good at. Let's hear this. This is important.
Because focusing on what I fell into the trap of obsessing over flaws and being...
Obsessing over flaws, negation.
Hypercritical.
Hypercritical.
Focusing on what I wasn't good at helped me improve in sports and at school. But that mindset started bleeding into everything.
Yeah, so if you're focusing on something you're not good at, that would help you in sports. You can clean this shit up, train harder, or school, you can study it, harder on the subject. But if you're talking about like looks and aesthetics, that's a little...
Became hard on myself full stop, to the point where when...
Defensive pessimism.
Someone would compliment me, I'd assume that they were mocking me. I stopped socializing as much, and I'd feel guilty about when I ever felt okay about myself. What keeps you stuck in this is how comforting that harshness can feel, because somewhere along the way, you start believing that suffering equals progress.
Yeah, that's an old school way of looking at it. Suffering equals progress.
Like that long enough, and you stop believing progress is even possible. Psychologists call it learned helplessness, when repeated failure convinces you nothing you ever do will be good enough, so you stop trying. A lot of these people convince themselves that they're bottlenecked by their 7 out of 10 looks, not the fact their other attributes are at a 2 out of 10, or they've consumed so much pseudoscientific slop that their self-esteem is non-existent.
You went on this when you were like a 17-year-old. That's how you first found out about LuxMaxxIn and started using these forums. You're now 20.
20, yeah.
Are you happier now after all this?
No, wasted so much time, and the perception of myself right now is worse than ever.
We see this with celebrities.
Zac Efron, oh man, he was that was a come down, bro.
Who keep altering their appearance.
Michael Jackson, all right, we know about that one. This is ridiculous. People saying he was handsome before,
even when they already look great.
Simon Cowell. Ooh.
But this pattern isn't new. The ancient Greeks actually had a cautionary tale that captures the darker side of this obsession perfectly. In Greek mythology, Narcissus was a young man who once caught his reflection in a still pool of water. Mesmerized, he kept staring, mistaking it for someone else. He became obsessed, stopped eating, and stopped sleeping, eventually wasting away beside the image he could never touch. A narcissus flower grew in his place, which is where the word narcissism comes from.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really...
He became obsessed.
Yeah, I feel sorry for those guys too, Max. Yeah, I didn't even put the link in. If you want to put their the contact information in there, Lindsay, for Becca, there you go.
Stopped eating and stopped sleeping, eventually wasting away beside the image he could never touch. A narcissus flower grew in his place, which is where the word narcissism comes from.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking?
Harvard psychiatrist Dr. Harrison Pope has spent decades studying what he calls the Adonis complex.
How to identify and treat and prevent body obsession in men and boys.
Condition where men become obsessed with their appearance and believe they're never muscular or attractive enough, even when they already look great. From the outside, it looks like narcissism, but Pope's research shows it's often the opposite. Body dysmorphia for men, driven by unrealistic standards and constant comparisons. But what helped pull me out of my own spiral with fitness wasn't affirmations or self-belief slogans. It was a book from the 1960s that was way ahead of its time. In the 1960s,
psycho-cybernetics, a technique for using the subconscious power. Sounds like someone I would fuck with.
I was way ahead of its time. In the 1960s, a plastic surgeon named Maxwell Maltz noticed something strange. Some patients completely changed their faces and still felt ugly. Others barely changed at all and suddenly became more confident and more social. The surgery alone wasn't what changed their lives. It was how they saw themselves. If someone believed they were broken, no new face could fix it. Self-image isn't just how you see yourself, it's how you think the world sees you. As one sociologist put it, you're not who you think you are. You're not who others think you are. You're who you think others think you are. That's the paradox.
That's like the rising sign. The mask we wear, our persona. We learn who we are through how other people see us.
You're not who others think you are. You're who you think others think you are. That's the paradox. Improving how you look can improve how you feel, but only when it's not rooted in hate. This is what I wish I realized sooner. Back when I was struggling with disordered eating and exercise habits. I don't know if I'd have listened to this, but I should have focused on things more holistically. In other words, focusing on trying to be good rather than just looking good. I'm a big proponent for self-improvement, but a bit of self-acceptance isn't being complacent. Without it, you're wide open to the worst parts of the fitness and beauty industry. Improve how you look if you want to. Just don't let an algorithm decide what you're worth.
Right. Glow up, but do it responsibly. You know what I'm saying? Understand. Do it responsible, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You're welcome, Lindsay. Let's see. Yeah. So, looks MAXXIN getting more and more weird, right? Super weird magic. Odd magic. Yeah. So, let's see. Shia LaBeouf. We're coming on the 2-hour mark. Yeah, if anybody wants to come up, talk about the topics. Looks MAXXIN getting more weird. Shia LaBeouf, strange magic. Dr. Christopher Hyatt, Ph.D., one of my favorite individuals in terms of learning new things, how to undo yourself. Shout out to Ben. Let's see Ben again swimming. Ben, don't focus on looks MAXXIN. Focus on swimming in the open ocean. Yeah. Yeah, some of the stuff that Shia LaBeouf said was interesting. I like the guy. He had a very cool way about him. He's from LA area, grew up at Echo Park, and then moved to Bakersfield, I think, and became famous as a kid actor. He's been in the news a lot.
I grew up poor, and then I got rich as fuck early, you know? Rich to me was $8,000 a week, which is what I was getting paid on Even Stevens. That's great fucking stupid money, bro.
Yeah.
You're rich. So for me, I never thought about money again after $8,000 a week. I thought, I am fucking balling. Everybody quit their jobs. We got houses, so that alters your perspective.
You grew up in Echo Park?
Echo Park before that. And then we couldn't afford to stay in Echo Park. When the riots happened, Echo Park changed. The police force dissolved. There was a whole Rampart Division police. The whole Echo Park I knew disappeared. And it was replaced by Echo Park now.
Hipsters.
I'm not going to say nothing, but it's different. And it lost whatever was there before. And there's pockets, but a lot of us moved to Boyle Heights. A lot of us moved to Bakersfield. A lot of us moved to Tahunga, Sunland, Reseda. If you had a little scratch, you made it to Burbank. You know, that was like Beverly Hills for the people that got pushed out of Echo Park. And so we went to Bakersfield first, and then my dad was in Tehachapi. He had to go to prison. That's why we were in Bakersfield. My dad went to Tehachapi for a while. My mom was selling fabric out of Bakersfield, made some scratch, moved us closer. We wound up in Sunland, Tahunga, and that's where I sort of grew up there, like from 9 to getting on. I didn't 8 to 9.
So it really was like a luck of the draw thing, or just talent randomly.
No, I won the lottery. What the fuck is talent?
He won the lottery.
Fool. I completely won the lottery.
He gets the Modelo.
Dude, I won the lottery. I won a scratch off. It's like that. It's like I won a scratch off lottery. There's no such thing as talent at all.
Yeah, because anybody could have done that in a sense, but I mean, he maximized it. He maxed out on it for sure. What is this? Z Smith says, would you ever have foreseen Shia LaBeouf as a sexy male lead? Yeah, I just see him as a dork. I saw him as the dork from Transformers. I don't remember watching Even Steven, the show he was on, but yeah. And he was and he came up, right? He came up. You need to trim it before you go up, your unibrow. Don't do it over the enchiladas, bro. We don't want little hairs in the enchiladas. That sounds so good, enchiladas. Holy crap. God damn, she can cook too. Ooh.
We're not missing next week. Next week, we're going to be here next week. Okay. Next Saturday, we will be here next Saturday.
Charlotte teaching acting course.
We're not
Let's see. Some of the other cool shit he said. He's fucking super cool. Look, he used to take steroids for his role.
I was about to die. We had a cardiologist tell me you got to stop. I was on like all kind of weird steroids, like not steroids, but it's called SARM. There's some weird new steroid that they gave me that I got big.
He was eating a lot.
I was eating a lot. Well, sure, you got to, but I was doing everything.
How did you lose it?
Stop doing SARMs and then stop eating.
How much were you weighing? Like, was it?
I shipped out. I was 220, 220, and now I'm 165.
So that's a lot of weight to put on and lose. But you actors do kind of extreme shit, don't you?
All right, Mr. LaBeouf, Liam Combs with Baton Rouge News, man. We just want to know how you enjoy Mardi Gras.
God bless you guys. Mardi Gras is amazing.
What's the best thing about it? You've been posting up here all night. What are you doing?
The people.
Met anyone interesting?
A lot, yeah. All right, we're good, yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think he's from LA area, but the LaBeoufs originally, he was saying that they're from Louisiana. I don't know if they're Cajun or whatever, but or Creole. But yeah, he's from Louisiana. Has a prominent name back there, and he went back there recently. He's trying to get his, in touch with his roots or whatnot on his father's side, and I think he recently got a divorce from his wife. So yeah, he got a lot of things up in the air right now. Interesting dude, considers himself a Catholic. I think he got assaulted or intimidated by a whole bunch of. Here, I'll let him say it. What you talked about?
I grew up.
Where else I can find it?
Not all humans are at the same level of consciousness.
Well, that's true. Oh, let me see that real quick. Let's see this real quick.
Not all humans are at the same level of consciousness. In fact, there are 7 levels, and most people never go beyond the first. But what about yours? First, you live comfortably inside the system. You work. You consume. You believe what you're told, and you don't question it. Second, you start to feel that something doesn't fit. Routine feels wrong. News, lies, repetition, they begin to bother you. Third, You question religion, politics, even science. People call you crazy for it. Fourth, you discover manipulation. You see how the system controls minds through fear, food, music. Fifth, you turn inward. You stop blaming others and understand that you create your own reality. Sixth, you learn to control your energy. You realize everything is vibration and that thoughts shape what you experience. Seventh, you feel gratitude. You understand nothing external can save you because the power was always inside you. If this resonated with you, if you feel like you no longer fit in the world the same way, it's because you've moved up. Help this video grow.
Okay. All right, we're leveling up our consciousness.
Is what Mardi Gras is.
So it's like a chaos therapy?
No, it's
Shout out to Channel 5
Can I
News.
read something to you?
Yeah.
You fuck with G.K. Chesterton?
I don't know who he is, but I sound like I fuck with
G.K.
him.
Chesterton, this is big OG stuff, yeah?
OG stuff.
He's a real bandito in this thing. Yeah, go do whatever you want.
You're about
In
to
terms of this
drop
Christian
it
shit,
right
he's
now.
real bandito, this guy Chesterton. Let me read this to you, yeah? And it speaks to me. Mysticism keeps men sane. I'm not trying to be dramatic, yeah? I heard some motherfucker say I was performative today, it bothered me.
Doesn't seem like it to me, man.
All right, here we go. Mysticism keeps men sane. As long as you have mystery, you have health. When you destroy mystery, you create morbidity. The ordinary man has always been sane because the ordinary man has always been a mystic. He has permitted the twilight. He has always had one foot in earth and the other in fairyland. And I feel like,
ooh, yes, sir.
Like that guy. Like I feel like I want to encourage the luminosity, bro. I'm out here to fucking get it.
Yes,
it's Mardi Gras.
Hey, what's up, guys?
There's time to party. There's time to, to cool out and reason. Yeah, I'm like that, bro. I love to party. I don't do it as much as I would like, but a lot of times, spend a lot of times chilling now.
This is not an advertisement, by the way. But did you hear that about a year ago, we bought back our old show, All You Want to St. Paul, Tech Phoenix, all that I'm awesome.
I feel connected to people.
Do you feel true?
Of sorts, I'd say. Would you? See you there. Shit. I done fucked up and forgot to tell people that I'm also going to Pittsburgh.
When you're in that like
Pittsburgh, my wife.
State, that like mystic party state, do you feel true joy?
I feel connected. I feel connected to people. I take a bunch of pictures like I'm a golden retriever or a governor or something like that because I like what it does for people's lives. I remember trying to get Mike Piazza's autograph, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
As a kid in LA, Dodgers and Echo Park, that would have been a big thing to get his autograph and his picture with Mike Piazza. Changed your life. That taking that one picture with one of your heroes. Even now, getting the picture with Shia LaBeouf, bro, that should be a come up, man. It's inspirational, man. I'm not talking like a fanboy or whatever, but just out of respect, game recognized game, bro. That's some real shit, bro. Shout out to the Dodgers and them. Love their uniform, the baby blues. Coming from the SCO, SF San Francisco. Dodger blue, SF orange. Don't mix, but respect to the Dodgers, to the ops.
And for my whole life, Mike Piazza, a golden retriever or a governor or something like that, because I like what it does for people's lives. I remember trying to get Mike Piazza's autograph.
All right, Mr. Max Visions, sleep well, bro. Appreciate you, bro. All your wisdom. Fire show today. Thanks for contributing.
Motherfucker. You know what I mean? For my whole life, Mike Piazza.
Were you waiting outside the fence?
Every day, this guy, bro. We used to go to Dodger games. Big Brothers program used to give these tickets.
Big Brothers, I did that shit, bro. Holy shit. Big Brothers Association. I got skybox tickets to the Giants games. I won them for this costume contest where I was Shaka Zulu. My mom made the costume. Yeah. Good night. Much love. We love you. Sleep easy. I mean it. Big Brothers.
Yeah, you go fucking we used to go to Dodger games. Big Brothers program used to give these tickets out. You go fucking Dodger game. Me and all of them dudes would be sitting in the parking lot. Brent Butler always signed.
Brett Butler, he was cool. Brett Butler, he used to be in the Giants.
I'm always signed. Mike Piazza.
Just a cold.
I remember a Mother's Day we were sitting out center field, Candlestick Park in San Francisco, Hunters Point, and people were going, "What's the matter with Butler?" One guy would say, and everyone would go, "He's a bum." This is when he was on the Dodgers, but he used to be on the Giants.
Butler always signed. Hideo Nomo always signed. Mike Piazza.
Just a cold
Mike
heart.
Piazza, you're a bitch, bro.
Yeah, for real, bro. Look, he means it. Look at that. You're a bitch. He ain't laughing. He ain't laughing.
How many times do you think he rejected signing up?
Every day, bro. I used to go out there 90 times probably. Rejected me 90 times. So what it did was, I'm going to sign them all. So when I got on, it was like, yo, fuck Mike Piazza.
So you don't turn down any pictures?
Never.
Fuck yeah.
Ever. Not unless I'm with my kid or I'm eating some food or I'm chasing some ass.
Because you've...
I like it. I'm chasing some ass, man. Introvert or not, bro, you're a fucking kid's hero. 90 times? I can see 9 times. But 90? He gets the L. Mike Piazza on that shit. Tommy Lasorda's nephew or whatever the fuck.
I feel like you're helping people, validating.
Godson.
Yeah, what did God do it for? Why did he do it? Why did he do this to me? You know what I mean? What is the purpose, bro?
What's the purpose?
Why did he do this for you, Andrew?
In terms of giving me
In terms of, why did God do it, bro? What did he do? Why? All right, so shut up for a second. What are you good at, Andrew? Being Andrew, doing this shit. I'm good at this thing that I do, yeah? All right, okay, we got that. What can you do with that, what you're good at? What can you do? That's the arithmetic. What are you good at? All right, now, how can you help people with that? So I take pictures of people because that shit help their day.
them.
Maybe motherfuckers like, hey, man.
Look at that motherfucker.
Can't make my tax season. Hey, my fucking mom's diabetic. But who knows, bro? You don't know what people's problems are, you know?
Right.
Just crashed my car. I was jogging the other day. Dude couldn't believe I was in the street, which I was flattered by. But then he fucking crashed his car into a pole. I thought, oh my God, bro.
Good for him.
You know?
Yeah.
How you help that guy?
How much of your life have you been living like this for in terms of
Look at that motherfucker. We seen him grow up.
taking pictures with you, like living as a public figure? Did it start when you were 18 or was it younger than that?
Man, I was on Even Stevens shit was like popping hard. If you were a broke kid in America, everybody watched Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. You know what I mean? It was like everybody would just sit at home and watch that thing. So I grew up with everybody. We all grew up together. And that's what it is. So I know what that is. It'd be like me running into Will Smith. Give me a picture. I grew up with you. You owe it to me. You're my uncle.
That's how I feel about Will Smith,
my
too.
uncle.
He's my fucking uncle, bro. It doesn't matter what I don't give a shit. It's my fucking Uncle Will. Like everybody else in America, don't act like, it's just what it is. So I'm in this weird category of, I have this familiarity with people and yet I'm trying to do this artist thing but it's deeper than that because it's like family. You meet people.
You niggas don't understand, bro. What this is like a fucking, Shia LaBeouf. Not that he's gonna be gone anytime soon, but like this is like legit. You don't get to see this. You don't get to see this, bro. He's caught between being eccentric and coping with being a yes, you see it, Lindsay. Yeah, you see it. This guy's a legend.
Well, they don't give a fuck about art. People just want to hug you because they're your cousin in a weird way.
It kind of goes back to something you mentioned earlier, which is like, there are people who like cross boundaries as a public figure, but then you also want to please people.
Yeah.
So how do you walk that line?
Well, you got to be authentic or otherwise you go to hell. Which, I don't want to speak too much about it, but I know intimately about people around me, you know what I mean? Got to keep it authentic, I think. And I think, I'm Robin Hood, kind of. I don't know. I've always been kind of, I don't know, man. Maybe it's like I got this Grey Goose sneaker soul. Does it make sense?
No.
Do you know what Grey Goose sneaker is?
No.
No, I just...
Fake dirty sneaker.
They're kind of like
They're
Strawberries.
like really wealthy, fake dirty sneakers.
Fake dirty sneakers? That's funny.
No, I didn't know about this.
I don't know. Something about it feels too close to home for me to ever wear, but so intrinsically true. I grew up poor and then I got rich as fuck early, Rich to me was $8,000 a week, which is what I was getting paid on Even Stevens.
Yeah, he's rich and he's broken, but who isn't? He's broke, but he's being real about it. And not even poor people, normal people are real about it, for sure. Yeah. Being real about it. I think that's why it's fascinating.
Great fucking stupid money, bro.
Yeah.
You're rich. So for me, I never thought about money again after $8,000 a week. I thought, I am fucking balling. Everybody quit their jobs. Everybody got houses. So that alters your perspective.
You grew up in Echo Park?
Echo Park before that. And then we couldn't afford to stay in Echo Park. When the riots happened, Echo Park changed. The police force dissolved. There was a whole Rampart Division police. The whole Echo Park I knew disappeared. And it was replaced by...
Who saw this?
Echo Park now.
White people.
Hipsters.
I'm not going to say nothing, but it's different. And it lost whatever was there before. And there's pockets, but a lot of us moved to
what do y'all
Heights.
think, bro?
A lot of us moved to Bakersfield. A lot of us moved to Tahunga, Sunland.
There's 10 people. What do you think about this, man? This is life-changing if you're paying attention.
Reseda. If you had a little scratch, you made it to Burbank. You know, that was like Beverly Hills for the people that got pushed out of Echo Park. And so... So we went to Bakersfield first, and then my dad was in Tehachapi. He had to go to prison. That's why we were in Bakersfield. My dad went to Tehachapi for a while. My mom was selling fabric out of Bakersfield, made some scratch, moved us closer. We wound up in Sunland, Tahunga, and that's where I sort of grew up there, like from 9 to getting on. I didn't 8 to 9.
So it really was like a luck of the draw thing, or just talent randomly.
No, I won the lottery. What the fuck is talent, Andrew? I won the lottery, fool. I completely won the lottery. Dude, I won the lottery. I won a scratch off. It's like that. It's like I won a scratch off lottery. There's no such thing as talent at all. Do you believe in talent?
Yeah.
Tell me.
I think as an interviewer, like listening is a talent, but I do feel back in certain things.
That's a skill.
Okay. A skill, listening. Listening is a skill.
Okay, so talent would be like juggling, or
which is also a skill.
Being able to.
I think his father was a clown, so he knows juggle.
Exhale for 2 minutes straight, without
which is
inhaling.
also a skill.
Skill.
So then, by that criteria, I guess there's no talents.
Correct. There is only push-ups.
So the Even Stevens thing just hit random.
No, it didn't hit random. I was prepared for the moment. My dad was a hustler. He was taking me to comedy clubs all the time. I was talking shit to adults all the time. When I got to meet a casting director, I knew how to talk shit to adults.
So you kind of
those that talk to shit to adults
were molded by your upbringing to be in a position to do something.
I did enough push-ups.
And you said
Benjamin is learning how to talk shit. Only talk shit to me, dude. This guy was swearing so much that the kid Benjamin, my son, like they lay off the swearing, bro. That he came up with his own swear word. This is exclusive. He says, "Holy Zong Jejeje." Holy Zong, our last name, Jejeje. Holy Zong Jejeje. Jeje is a big sister. Holy shit. Big sister. Yeah. You know what a skill is? I can fix that. Holes. Yeah, there you go. That's his other movie, right? Legend.
First got into the rooms around 18.
The AA rooms?
Yeah.
No, my dad grew up in the room. I learned how to smoke cigarettes in AA rooms. My dad was in AA when I was, before I ever got on. My dad was a junkie my whole life, so then, and God bless him, the fool ain't no more. For real.
Yeah.
He's clean, I'm not. G shit, bro.
Woo, he's clean, I'm not.
G shit. Go ahead, Dad.
What do you think has been
Honey Boy, that movie about him and his dad, I think he made.
Like behind your decision to get sober every now and again?
Usually, I've been forced to get sober by the court system. And then women get scared, you know. So then you got to stay sober for the girl.
So you feel like hold on, damn it! What did I do? Let me bring that up again. Holy Zong Jejeje. I fucked up. If he gets it, let's see.
What do you think has been like behind your decision to get sober every now and again?
Usually, I've been forced to get sober by the court system usually, and then women get scared, you know, so then you got to stay sober for the girl.
So you feel like most of your
They don't want to see her all fucked up on that couch right there where she's watching what she watch? The Voice. You're all fucked up and high, like, out of your mind. In your mind, you think it's normal, but it's not normal. And she don't want to see you like that. Your lady don't want to see you like that, man.
Decision to like lay off the drinks was external factors.
Yeah, the business, the job, holding on to the career, holding on to the girl, holding on to family, holding on to fear and all the shit, people around you. You know what it is when the walls close in. You just want to calm it down. So you make a bunch of decisions that are inauthentic because you just want to calm everything down.
Fights,
especially when you provide for other people.
Especially when you're the racehorse, yeah, for sure. Then you gotta, then it's more than that, you know what I mean?
I just noticed in my personal experience, like when you're going through a super hard time,
give me some.
It's really best to put the bevs down.
Yeah.
Because when you're drinking to cope with sadness, oftentimes it can spiral into something deeper.
Yeah.
Because you're just delaying processing of those sad feelings for a long time. And eventually you're going to get to that brick wall where you're like, I got to face this shit.
Yeah. And I understand the context with which you said it and also like the assumption one makes when a man gets divorced and is publicly sober and one makes when a man gets divorced.
Shia LaBeouf and Maya Goth split after 9 years of being married from Vegas wedding to parenthood. Oh, she's cute.
And is publicly sober.
Shia LaBeouf names 3 A-list stars who helped him get sober as he admits they kept me alive.
And then publicly drunk. And then
inebriated at Mardi Gras.
Man gets divorced and is publicly sober and then publicly drunk. And
inebriated, yeah.
Then fighting people in the street, getting arrested, trying to come back, trying to earn the bureaucratic Hollywood shit, trying to get back on. All of these things that are
he's
just kind
drinking
of
Modelo, what we drink in LA. And I mean in California. I drink Negro Modelo when I used to. That was my shit. He's drinking a beer right now. He's going through it. A woman doesn't want to see you kick the couch like Rick. She don't want to see fucking her couch up, right? You don't want to see that. She don't want to see, skid marks from your boots or your ass on the couch. To be that
don't
matters.
really fucking matters. Kind of these floating things that are kind of, who gives a fuck about all this shit? You know what I mean?
I guess it only matters if you care about it.
Here's what I care about: my daughter. I care about my daughter, and I was in a situation with, I can't speak.
He cares about his daughter
too much about it. We were deeply unhappy, bro. We had a lot of resentment. I made a lot of mistakes early on. Look at this ladybug. I made a lot of mistakes. Oh shit, a dead ladybug? What's that? No, she's alive.
She's still alive. She's been through a little bit here.
I made a lot of mistakes early on.
You see the synchronicity? He's talking about his wife and daughter. Then he sees a ladybug he thinks is dead. And then he tries to touch it and try to help it too much, and he crushes it. You see the synchromysticism, the animation right there, animism. Trying to help it, you crushed it, bro. You gotta help her. We gotta help ourselves first.
Before we tried to have baby, I had violated trust in a big way, and then we tried to use program, albeit one-sided, to try to fix it, and it was impossible. And we both became very unhappy. And it's not good to be unhappy around a baby. It's not good to be unhappy around kids. But
it'll kill you, especially when she's pregnant. Ooh, you gotta be careful. You better be careful with that. Better be careful with that, man. Precious. I'm just saying.
Yet it's important to be proximate. You must be around. And this became quite a weird Tetris. You understand?
Yeah. The person you're with is pushing you to do program.
No, sir. No. I loved program for a very long time. And yet I am a big God boy, I'm big, and I found God through program. So I don't know, I'm on a circuitous path. My path isn't over. I'm still in the middle of it, but I'm on the path. You know what I mean? I'm not just out here being debaucherous. I don't know if I'm drinking that to be cool on your Channel 5 fucking cool fucking let's get it type of shit, or if I'm drinking that because I want something to drink right now, or if I want to be drunk. I don't know why I'm drinking that right now.
He's being thoughtful.
I can't tell you why. And the truth is, I'm so fucking I don't give a fuck no more. I'm just like, I'm just done with the self-analytical shit. It doesn't bring happiness.
In terms of deep introspection about
why.
Bro,
every time I think about me, I'm unhappy.
Like thinking about yourself?
I think it's true all over.
Yeah, because the bondage to the self can be seen as what keeps us away from who we truly are. Meaning like identifying with that is a bondage. And everything that goes along with that.
I think it's just true. Every time a person thinks about themselves, they're unhappy.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Sitting around.
Just fucking self-reflection, all this navel gate, you're just going to be unhappy. This helps me just like get out on town.
Externalize.
Bro, I just fucking fuck it all. I'm no longer no
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf celebrity. Hold on to this thing. Worry about the next job. None of that. I just go out and I go listen to music. Feels good right now.
Right.
I'm not hurting nobody.
Right.
There's 2-3 people out.
Smoke some cigarettes and drink hella fucking beer and whiskey. I don't even need to smoke weed or coke or anything like that, bro. That's put you in a zone.
Hurt. I'm gonna deal with that.
Till you're
God
gone,
bless
boy.
you guys. That's my fault. I'm gonna deal with you on me. But that's 3. The amount of interactions I've had in Mardi Gras, bro. I must have met 20,000 people. 20,000 good interactions and 3 bad interactions. I'm gonna sign up for it still. It's like playing blackjack at a casino.
Right.
I see you making uncomfortable moves.
No. I'm just moving forward.
Okay, go. All right.
No, but I'm thinking like.
See you make uncomfortable moves. Andrew, the interview, he did a great though, taking care of Shyla in this interview. The parts I've seen, very thoughtful and caring and patient with them.
You know, you're going to jail for fighting when you're out drinking. Is that not a wake-up call of like, damn, dude, like...
Nah, because it wasn't bro, I'm not a fighter, bro. These people are clout chasers.
But I'm saying going to jail, like, have you thought like, damn, maybe if I wasn't drinking, that wouldn't happen? Like,
Who gives a fuck, though? It's another experience.
Yeah.
It'll be another adventure.
Yeah.
True. What are you going to do? It's cool.
That's like the Hunter S. Thompson viewpoint.
Who gives a fuck? Yeah, I'm with God, bro. I just move with God. God's going to move me around.
Yeah. And you feel like you found God
God's
through
gonna
AA.
move me around.
Whenever they talked about the higher power, I always put it as like my inner child, like my
They were
8-year-old self,
phony
like
hands.
full of curiosity, who
Yeah.
never even thought I'd be at a bar until 6 a.m. You know, it's like
Tape your hands closed, right?
whenever they
not
talked about the
40s.
higher power, I always put it as like my inner child, like my 8-year-old self, like full of curiosity, who never
The higher power, your 8-year-old self. That's cool.
even thought
my son
I'd be at a bar until 6 a.m. You know, it's like imagine him watching you doing what you're doing.
You're like,
Like,
what's
you're gonna call the same guy again at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
You know how his face lit up right there? That was the best part of the interview. Your 8-year-old self, check this out, children, respectfully. Your 8-year-old self, God is your 8-year-old self watching you doing what you're doing right now. Ooh, that's fucking cold.
Never even thought I'd be at a bar until 6 a.m. You know, it's like imagine him watching you doing what you're doing.
I
Like,
swear
you're
it's
gonna
that.
call the same guy again at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
you know, like
it's
that kid would be like, what do you mean? You have a successful YouTube channel. You support your mom. Go get some sleep. And like that ended up sort of being like my big homie was my little self. I know for some people it can be like a God thing.
I like that.
Yeah. You think God's like a monotheistic singular deity?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in the Trinitarian church. Yeah, I'm a Catholic, full blown.
Yeah. I got baptized Catholic. I just haven't really followed it much.
I get it. And if I had probably come up like you, I'd probably shuck and
Of the
jive too. You know what I mean?
sacraments.
I didn't come up that way. I came up with, my dad was in the Mongols. My mom was a hippie. We had no God in the house. We had a whole bunch of religion.
Dad was a Mongol, all right? My uncles were Hell's Angels. My aunt was a hippie. I'm going to have her on the show, actually. Yeah.
Religious art. My mom loved art.
My mom
so I had a
was a
bunch of
Catholic.
Caravaggios and shit in the house. We loved art,
Caravaggio. I
but we
love
never-
Caravaggio. He's my favorite. He's my favorite.
read the Bible or nothing like that. And then I got bar mitzvahed. I wasn't into that shit at all.
Big internet lore is also that you're like down from a hood in LA.
It's true.
Can you elaborate?
Harpies 13, my key holder is Conejo. It happened through a film. I was prepping a movie. I asked him
He played the fucking essay in that movie.
if I could. He told me what the requirements were. I said yes. We love each other, all of us. We are all, most of us fathers. Most of us are trying to live good lives. Most of us are God-led.
Did you have to get like jumped in or anything?
Nothing silly like that. No, come on. When I joined, it was sort of, I was 36 and it was like they had already done all the rowdy for so many years that I'm kind of the t-shirt salesman.
And that was when you were filming for that role as Creeper, right?
Yeah.
Good movie.
I always thought that this was Big Hazard, the hood that made PCP.
No, that's Harpies.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't get jumped into a gang at 36 years
I mean,
old.
yeah, we talked about it, but then he was like, this is ridiculous, you know?
Yeah. So if you went to jail in California, you'd have to run Southsider.
Yeah.
But here at the Mardi Gras Drunk Tank, you just
It'll
gotta run Shia LaBeouf.
To be honest with you, bro, it's love all around. It fucking is. All that other shit, like, I'm not pushing no line in California neither. I'm Shia LaBeouf, bro. I was in holes. The fuck are we talking about? Like, really? who's pushing what? Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? But I am friends with these people. We do love each other. Their shit is for real. They really do push the line. Am I pushing the line? No. Yeah.
But you're not expected to.
No, fuck no. What kind of clique would they be if they did?
You'd be. I mean, there's
It'd be ridiculous
there's
for it. It'd be
a lot of old
stupid as
gangbangers in
shit.
California.
No, bro. They were good before I met them.
Would you say Holes is one of your favorite movies that you did?
Just the first. I mean, I love Cleo very much, so I made a good friend there. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, that's another one. I didn't make no friends there. Golly. What is this interview, bro? I'm gonna get in trouble anyway, so who cares? Fuck it. Yeah. God help me.
Cat's out.
Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. Shout out to Shia. Love that dude, bro. Was a fucking kindred soul for sure. I get him. So let's go to before we get out of here, Dr. Christopher Hyatt, very cool psychiatrist, psychologist, chaos magician, how to undo yourself. So listen to what he has to say about the soul. I mean, about the shadow, not shadow Buddha, but the shadow self. What do you mean by that?
Or people are claiming to be teachers and masters of each of these areas. God knows where they got any of their expertise. I wonder if any of them have a clue what it is they're actually teaching.
I would say a few do. I've met a few who do. The only criticism I have is that most of them have not dealt with their shadow. And I will borrow that term from Dr. Jung. And the shadow.
Not dealt with the shadow. What is the shadow, Dr. Chris?
Shadow really is life's garbage pail.
Life's garbage pail. Or your all the stuff that Shiloh's talking about.
Personal garbage pail. Everything you've rejected about yourself winds up in this hole. And that includes
panel
how
virus.
You feel about yourself. That includes your secret inferior feelings. That includes such things as how you interact with people you're intimate with. That includes how you interact with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest danger in most teachings of Kabbalah and Tantra is the dark side of the self is ignored. I start always working with the dark side.
The dark side.
I always work with what is ignored. By working with that, I release tons of energy that is spent in hiding, concealing, repressing, denying those things which are both shameful and embarrassing to the individual. And this ranges again, as I say, from your interaction with your dog to your interaction with your children. Most teachers I have met refuse to deal with the shadow, the rejected. And I'll repeat it again, the shadow, the rejected side of the self.
The garbage dump, bro. Everything you want to put behind you.
This is why, in many cases, there are people who have lots of problems with the kind of work I do and how I express myself. When I'm dealing with students, which I do from time to time, the first thing I do is get them to deal with everything that they've rejected about their lives and about themselves. The work I do is called mind development, or self-development would be a better term, because that includes the often excluded body.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to do that, we need to get to the garbage pail. That's what I do. I get to the garbage pail first, and then I move to the softer and sweeter sides of life, which are not, in my work, shams, as they are in so many people's work, but authentic.
Authentically yours, NPC the game, Gabriel Carbo. Benjamin, work on that shadow as you swim through the ocean. Next Saturday, we're having the big triathlon. Yeah. Looks today. Today we've been going over looks MAXXIN, that it's getting more weird and weird and weirder. I've been looking at Mr. Shia LaBeouf and everything he's going through. It's gonna be okay. He's good. Very authentic. Strange magic, right? Dr. Christopher Hyatt, Ph.D. in the shadow self. Yeah. Yeah, and the panel virus. Yeah. Panelverse. Very boring and shit lately. Maybe it always was, but this is not boring. Leveling up in order to break us down, only to rise again. And this has been yours truly, Gabriel Carbo. Strange magic. Peace. Talk to you soon, Shadow Buddha. Love you, baby.
Bye.